All right. Hi, everyone. Today I'm actually going live on my page earlier because my son is at school right now. So I'm taking advantage of him not being home and not having to worry if he eats empty my pantry, which he has been doing lately. So I thought I'm just hopping on real quick, share actually a live video. I know the last weeks I've done a recorded video, which worked pretty well. Facebook seems a little bit icky lately with what's going on. So I don't know. So it might get stuck a little bit. The camera's a bit slow, but we had problems yesterday too. So I'm not surprised. Maybe they changed something. Before I pick him up from school, I want to talk with you about why my head is telling me that I'm not a good speaker. So over the last couple of weeks, I have been working with an incredible client. And it turned out that everything seemed great. She really made progress in where she wanted to go and what she wanted to understand about her life. And it was just really going great. And suddenly it just went downhill. Like we didn't even quite know what was going on, right? So it turned out that something showed up in her life that still has a huge impact in what she does right now, how she connects with people, how she creates her relationship with herself. It was always that heavy box that she was still carrying with her in her backpack that she couldn't let go of. So we worked through a couple things, and then a couple days later, I had a call with my own coach. And we talked about, hey, this is what came up with my client, and it was quite interesting. And suddenly she's like, oh, okay, so what is your own story that is still coming up in terms of speaking and actually accepting those speaking engagements that are coming in for you? I was like, well, I need to figure out how to take care of my son, and I need to find a babysitter and do this and this and this and that. And so I find really good excuses why I can't do specific speaking engagements where people invite me to come and speak. Yeah, it's too far. I don't think I want to fly. I don't want to do the trouble. And she's like, no. Take a look. What is actually really going on? So she had me tune in, and she really had me connect with my heart and my soul, and suddenly a memory showed up for me. And so one thing that was really significant for me was when I was in high school, I hated English classes. It's great because now I do everything in English, which is awesome. But back then in high school, I took English as a minor class. Like we had in Germany, we have minor and major classes, and I took English as a minor class. And it was my turn to hold a presentation. And I think it was about Australia. I had to do a presentation about Australia. And it was my turn. I had to prepare in the morning. I came in a little earlier, and suddenly I just dropped. She came in. I was like, can I do that next week? Because I'm not prepared. I'm not ready yet. I can't do it. I don't know how to do it. I'm not done yet. And she just looked at me and she's like, Isabel, you're ready to go, and you do it now. Otherwise, you're going to have a grade 6. In Germany, we have 1 through 6. 6 is the worst. So that would probably be what, I don't know, F here, I guess. Something like that. So I would fail. And I was like, no, I can't do that. I've never done that. And honestly, I never made it past a 3, which is a C here. And in that class, because I'm not a language person. I don't like English. And so I was panicking. I was horribly terrified to even stand in front of the class and totally mess it up. So I broke down in tears. I had a total meltdown. And let me tell you, I was about 14 or 15. So that's really, really embarrassing in front of a whole class to have a total meltdown, to break down in tears, and to continuously ask and beg your teacher that you can do it another time. I was so humiliated. I was embarrassed. It was awkward. And I think I was more upset about me breaking down and not being able to control my emotions in that moment than actually having to hold that presentation. I was really lucky that I had incredible classmates that said, okay, what do you need to do? Let's do it together. You're going to do it great. At some point, I pulled myself together. My teacher said, I know you can do it, but I have to push you through this right now. And let me tell you, she's an incredible teacher. She was actually one of my favorite, even though I hated her class. Like, you have this hate-love relationship to some teachers where, you know, they push you, but you really don't want to be pushed. It's like working with your own coach or working with me. You should have a love-hate relationship. But she really encouraged me, and I'm glad she did, because I did hold that presentation and I ended up with a grade 2, which is a B. So that's not bad at all for not feeling prepared. But this event, that humiliation, stuck with me so bad, that emotion, it really got trapped around my heart. And every time I am able to speak on stage, I am totally in it. Like, I'm in my zone. I don't see anything else. I don't it just downloads and I speak and trust me, it's almost like I'm a robot and something just coming through me that I want to say. And I love it. But getting to that point is really tough for me. And I push invitations aside. I find excuses why I can't do it, why I can't show up. I often feel like I'm not prepared. So even though I hired someone who, a speaking coach, Alex, she's amazing, and she really helped me over that hump of actually creating a motivational speech and having my speaking stuff ready for January, where I have already 2 speaking engagements. And so, but I can feel like I never feel ready. I feel like I need to prepare more. I need to do more. I can only say yes if I prepare more. And so I had to do some emotions clearing with myself. I had to sit down and say, okay, what is the emotion that is stuck within myself that is related back to this event, that just literally connecting to my soul? God is like, here, you need to work on this one if you really want to do and go live your purpose. And so I had to release humiliation is one of them. Terror is another one that I have to release. And I feel so much lighter. I can remember the event, but it's not, it doesn't define my future about what is possible for me. And one thing she said to me, she's like, next time you have that fear coming up, because, well, actually, let's take it a little further back again. If you think about it, now all my speaking is in English. So of course I got triggered every time I had to speak in English. I'm not prepared. I'm not good at English. I don't like it, even though I love it. So it just, all those memories got triggered. And the more I got invited to speak, or when I get invited to speak, the more the bigger that fear became, that I'm not good enough to do that. I'm not prepared enough. What if I don't remember my words? This is my biggest fear when I speak. What if I don't remember what I wanted to say? Not the message that I want to say, but the words. What if I use the wrong words for what I want to say and people misunderstand what I want to say? And she's like, Isabel, that never happened in all of those years that you've been speaking. And I'm like, no, it's true. Even if I just have to describe it in simple ways, people still got it. And she's like, see, that is all traced back to that event from 20 years ago, that is stuck inside of you, that emotional, trap, that the emotion got trapped inside of you. It's like, you're right. Dang it. I have to do my own work. Well, good thing I had that client conversation that kind of brought out stuff for me. And then my coach was like, I brought it to the surface and she's like, hey, this is what I'm reading. What is happening? And so every time there are things that we have on our heart that we're really passionate about, that we really want to do, like for me speaking, I still, like this dream from 22 years ago when I was 12 years old, that dream of me speaking in front of a couple thousand people is present with me every day. Like it just burns my heart. And it's always like, okay, God is like, when will you go out? You are not meant for the little things. You're meant for the 1,000. And so that story just really reminded me of why is it that I'm not reaching out more? Why is it that I'm not actually submitting more speak engagements? Or why am I finding those excuses why I can't do them when people actually do reach out? So even for you, if you have things where you know, oh, this is just burning on my heart and I know I need to do it, and I know this is my path, my specific path, but something is just, I tend to find excuses why I can't do it. I'm not ready yet. There's still more things I need to do. When those thoughts show up for you, you know that there's something in your past that is still sitting right there next to you that tells you that for whatever reason, you're not ready yet. So I'm encouraging you, if you have something like that that is on your mind that you want to accomplish, but there's still something sitting next to you, just tune in with yourself. Tune in and ask the question. Even you can say like, God, divine, whatever, or just show me what is it that I need to work through to be able to take that next step. And as I said, and you know it, and this is why I'm so passionate about it, releasing trapped emotions is one of my specialties. I love it, and I see the changes that come for people once they release them. I see the changes that come for myself. And so if there's something, pay attention. Maybe there is some trapped emotions around that you need to and have to release to really step into your calling and understand your purpose in a deeper sense, in a deeper way, like really connecting it to your heart. And if you are interested, please reach out. If you want just more information about what that means, but I'm telling you, I've done like about 100 sessions for the last few months, and it's been incredible experiences of people suddenly just jumping out of their shell and like, whoa, I'm actually present now. Awesome. I feel so much better. And I feel like nothing is in my way at this point. It doesn't mean that you won't remember things or that you won't feel anything, but it's just you're able to be more in the flow and to acknowledge what is going on, and you can set it aside and say, okay, this is not what I want. This is not my truth. I am going to work through and just pushing through it, and I can do it. And so if you're interested in one of those sessions, I have 3 sessions left, 2 for November, and I believe 1 for potentially 2, depends, if for December. If you feel like there's still something that you need to let go of for this year, to start out 2018 even more empowered and just ready to go and just say, no, I am here now and I'm claiming my spot. This is where I need to be. And you feel like there's still something that you're holding on to that needs to go for you to step into and to own and claim your spot in this world, then please reach out. There is a money back guarantee. If I feel like you're having the total wall up, then there's no way for me to work with you, but there really is. I feel like God has given me that gift for a reason. For those who haven't seen part of that, if you go to my personal page, oh, you're on my personal page. If you go a little further down, I did some intuitive color reading last night, and this is really how it looks like, how I work. But the clearing emotion is really like, I pray over the session. I'm being shown exactly where. I'm just using you as a confirmation that I am on the right track and not totally off with whatever story I have created. So I'm trusting in that process. But if you're interested, please let me know, and quickly, because those will be gone fast too. Obviously, they will be available next year, obviously. But I'm telling you, it is the best time right now because it's a time of change, a time where people slow down or should. Don't get trapped into all the holiday stress. It's not worth it. It's a time where we should slow down, and it's the best way to really reflect on what is it inside of me that still needs to go for me to claim my spot in 2018. And so I have to go and pick up my son. And thank you all for joining. I saw a couple of people joining. I try not to pay attention too much who's joining. I know Anna's always sending me the most love. I love it, and I love her, and I love all of you who joined. And And that's actually, guys, stop setting for good when you were meant for great. And that goes for everyone who is listening. Like, stop settling for good when you were meant for great. I don't care. I'm not even like kidding. If you have someone in your circle that can support you with whatever you're going through, do it. Invest in yourself. Invest in someone. If it's not me or you want to work with, that's fine with me. But I really, really need you to work with someone so you can claim your spot, because we need you to claim your spot. We need the change happening in this world. If you don't claim it, it's on you too. You take responsibility if things in this world don't change as we want them to. Just saying. Yeah, I'm calling you out. Either way. I hope this gave you a good example, like something, it really is a little bit of an embarrassing story to share. You don't really want everyone to know your breakdowns. And I hope some of my classmates don't watch. Some may watch it since it's on my personal, so that's a little bit more embarrassing. Either way, I released those emotions. We're good. Have an amazing, amazing day. I'm trying to get on next week, but I do have a couple calls before Thanksgiving, before the holidays. But I'll try to come on with some kind of topic. I'm sure we'll figure something out. If anyone has any questions, let me know. Reach out if you need support. If you want to join our group, World Visionaries United, we're mostly empath and empath warriors. Join us. We would love to have you. Otherwise, have an amazing rest of your week. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye. Okay. My computer doesn't respond.